The Necronomicon Ex Mortis, or the Book of the Dead, was created by Sam Raimi for his first film, The Evil Dead. And Sam Raimi was inspired by and even borrowed the name Necronomicon from the work of H.P. Lovecraft. Today we're looking at The Evil Dead Limited Edition, The Book of the Dead. So first off, looking at the packaging, we have everything I just read off right now. On the side we have the exact same thing with a picture of the product. On the back we have a bunch of writing, which is all the features on the DVD, so you can pause it now if you want to know everything that the DVD contains. So there you go. On the side it's exact same thing, and at the top exact same thing once again. So that's pretty much it for the packaging, so let's get this thing open and summon the evil. So looking at the Necronomicon itself, the first thing I want to point out is that it's not 100% screen accurate because the face is off to the side rather than being right in the middle. And I have no idea why they did that, but it's possible that they could have done it on purpose because Evil Dead is one of those weird franchises where each movie was created by a different studio. So it's quite possible that they didn't have the rights to the first one, so they had to tweak up the first Necronomicon to be able to release it. I'm only speculating, but I have no idea why else they would change the placement of the face. So looking at the material that this thing is made out of, it's a type of rubber. It's like very soft and stretchy, and inside of the rubber is a bunch of sponge. So it's very soft and it gives it that feel of a real skin made book. It feels very creepy if you're touching it for the first time because you feel all the little textures, all the little bumps, along with the soft fleshy feeling of the rubber along with the sponge inside. So it's very well made. It feels very creepy. And if we follow it along, it's one continuous piece all the way through the back, as you can see here. And on the back we have this ear thing, which also feels really weird. It feels like a real ear. And yeah, just a creepy feeling piece. And it continues on the inside, of course, as you can see here. It's much more rough on the inside because it doesn't have the sponge. So the inside is just straight cardboard, and the outside it has the spongy part, and same thing with the other side, as you can see here. It's very bumpy and rough, feels very nasty. It feels different on the inside than the outside, of course. And the last detail about my Necronomicon is that mine is kind of fading away. You can see some faded parts amongst the face, and not all of them do this. Mine is doing it because of age, and other people that have it in front of the sun fade much more, and others report that their rubber gets hard and starts cracking. So these things weren't really made too well. They're made well on surface, you know, if you just look at it you feel it feels great. After it gets old it starts deteriorating, which I don't find it too much of a problem because it's supposed to be this rotting piece of flesh made into a book, so the aging process isn't too bad since it's already supposed to look grotesque. But yeah, some people have different problems with this, and mine is the fading. So once we open the Necronomicon, we can see that there's actual pages like a real Book of the Dead. So I'll be going through each page one by one, and you can pause at any moment so you can check each page in greater detail. So looking at the first page, we have a couple of snakes. It says The Evil Dead. It says The Book of the Dead. We have a couple of demon wings, and we have a skull with horns and fangs. On the next page we have nothing. The next page we have an introduction, so you can pause it now and check that out. On the following page we have the Necronomicon and illustration of it. We have some more symbols and illustrations here. On the next page we have some more symbols and illustrations, and I wonder if anybody's been able to decipher all that, because I think it can be deciphered. And this page is actually from the film, so that's really cool. And we have a Triforce up there, so there's going to be a Legend of Zelda crossover. And continuing on, there's some more pages from the actual film, Evil Dead 2. So if you've seen Evil Dead 2, you'll recognize all these. And it's really cool that they actually got the pages from Evil Dead 2 to put onto the Necronomicon, so it feels like you have a real Necronomicon in your possession, not some random imitation, since these are real pages from the film. And that's the end of most of those original illustrations. Now we have the Evil Dead on the web cast and crew, so we have all of this over here, so you can pause if you want to check any of this out, any of the websites or whatever. Over here we have an awesome illustration, so that looks amazing, it looks crazy. And we have a booklet, and I'll get back to that booklet later. On the next page we have the chapter selections, and under that are all the chapter titles, and on the right we have the Evil Dead DVD, which is directed by Sam Raimi and it's starring Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams, and there's nothing on the final page. Now looking at the booklet, it says The Evil Dead and there's a bunch of symbols on it, and it's the same thing on the back. And then looking at the inside, the title of the book is called Bringing the Dead Home for Dinner, A History of the Evil Dead in Your Home by Michael Felsher. So I'll be turning the pages one by one, and you can pause it at any time so you could read the entire thing. And this booklet is pretty much an entire documentary. So it's kind of weird that they didn't film it, but it's understandable since filming takes a lot of money rather than just writing a little booklet out. But I wonder if they eventually filmed this and made it into a special features video, since it's almost like 20 years old. So I wonder if in those like near 20 years they filmed this. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, so I recommend you pause it and read the whole thing for yourself. So it's really cool that they added this little documentary piece in the little booklet. And we're almost done. We're on the final pages. And then the final page right here. And that's it. Pretty interesting. So overall, I do recommend this Necronomicon, even though at this point you could only get it on eBay or on a weird website. But this is an amazing Necronomicon, and it's probably the most accurate if you're not counting custom made ones. And I've seen like some Halloween ones that are oversized, but this one looks as accurate as you could get, and it feels amazing. It feels so realistic. So yeah, unless you get a custom one, this is the best thing you could get, and it looks amazing, and it'll look amazing on anybody's shelf or amongst horror collectibles. So just for the collectible itself, I do recommend it. Of course, nobody's gonna buy this just for the movie. And if you're buying the movie, you should just buy the Blu-ray. But anyway, let me know if you guys like this Necronomicon, or if you prefer any other Necronomicons, or if you own this one, is yours deteriorating like everybody else's Necronomicon? And yeah, that's pretty much it, so thanks for watching.